Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and this is part 6 of the conservation of Archie's pal Jughead comics number 22 from 1954. I guess we should just do it. So every time I glue a piece down, another one pops up. I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to take the risk and remove all the pulp that I put on there and do it over again, and hopefully I won't lose too much color. Hopefully. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll show it to you when it's when it's got new pulp on it and dry. Well, I got most of it off, and I'm not going to use my my vacuum table. I'm just going to do it right here like this. And the reason for that is it's gotten to the point where it's too delicate. And so I don't want to give it any more stress by putting it under vacuum. So we're just going to go ahead and spray it down. And this is more to make sure it stays on the... Yeah, I just want to keep it on the Hollytex. I don't want it to move now that I've got it in place. We'll put a little bit of methyl cellulose around the edges. Did I get all of the pulp off? No, but I got a lot of it off. I got most of it off, so. And put some here. Here. There. Actually, I'm just going to go over the whole thing because that'll help flatten it out. And even though I should use something to keep it off, I'm not going to. I'm just going to try to do this real gentle like. And I'm not going to use a whole lot. A little bit at a time. Pat it down with my brush. Need a little more back here. And that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and finish it, and I'm going to do it off camera because I'm going to have to concentrate on what I'm doing and not worry about the camera turning off. Alright, I'm going to let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll put another piece of Kollecting over it and flatten it out a little more. I want to let it sit so that when I flatten that out more, it doesn't spread. But we will get some of this excess water off if I can. Oh no, I moved it. That wasn't good. Ah. It's going to have to be all right because I'm not going to go redo it. Well, as you can see, it turned out okay. I did lose a little bit of color. I kind of expected that. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And it's a whole lot thinner, and that's good. It's not that much different between the page and the pulp that I added. Now there's some thin spots, and I'm not too worried about those. I'll take care of those eventually. But overall, I'm not unhappy with it. I do need to trim it, obviously, and we'll get into that. Provided I can find my, there it is. Now here's the part that I don't like. See, I mentioned that it moved, and it sure did, but I think it'll be alright. I think we can get it to be okay. What I need to do is try to line it up here. Yeah, you see, it's definitely the back is a lot lower than the front now, and I knew that happened. Let's see if I can get this to line up here. See if I can line that up, I can get a decent cut. Okay, that's about where that needs to be. But we're going to have to go down some. Or come up some, one of the two. I'll have to come up. I think that's about right. Now I wasn't sure I was going to have enough pulp, so I took the pulp that I had trimmed off previously and added it in, and that made sure I had plenty. I had plenty as it is anyway, so that wasn't a big deal. I tore a little piece there. Yeah, you see how much of it, how far down it went? Not happy with that, but I'm going to go with it. Now we got to figure out how to do this one. I need to make sure it's at a right angle. Means I'm going to end up trimming off a little bit of the bottom there. Okay, there. There to there. Looks like it's about right. Yeah, it keeps tearing it, and it shouldn't be. I changed the blade again. Oh well. Yeah, I'm just not going to worry about it if it's going to be what it's going to be. Now I know this is wrong, so I'm going to have to measure a page, or 5 or 6 or 12. Do that right along the spine. 10 1/8. So that's what I want this to be, is 10 1/8 from the top. That can't be right. Let's do this a little different. That makes no sense whatsoever. Showing that I have to actually trim off part of the page. like that. I know that this part I'm going to end up having to trim, but I shouldn't have to trim any of the front cover. I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to go ahead and trim it off camera, and I'll be back with you. I've got it trimmed. It's a little ragged, and I went ahead and put these in. I didn't want to do it that way, but I had to poke holes in anyway. And it folded really nice. There's a little bit here that needs to be glued down, I think. I'll go over that with some methyl cellulose in a little while. Let's go ahead and put these staples in it. I want to get this one done. I'm tired of messing with it. I'm a little upset by the problems that I had and the fact that I lost color on what was a really nice cover. And then when I was cutting it, it kept catching and I got a bad cut. I'll fix that if I can. I'll try to fix that. Alright, pull that out. Let's go ahead and stick this one in. Dropped my staple. Fortunately, I know which leg is the bottom and which one is the top. And that's good. The top one is the short side. There we go. It did not go through, did it? Yes, it did. I can feel it. Let's push this down with my thumbnail, which is my preferred method. I don't know why, but it is. And now we'll put the other one in. If I can get it open. Okay, I got the bottom in. How about the top? Actually, I got the top part in. How about the bottom? It's in there. It doesn't want to close. Probably because I'm using the wrong fingernail. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to have to hit right in here with some methyl cellulose and right in here by the staples. I got to find my thicker methyl cellulose though, because I don't want to use the thin stuff. And that looks like it right there. Oh yeah, that's definitely thicker. We'll paint the whole. This is possibly a mistake, but I'm just going to do it anyway. And I'm going to let it sit there until it dries. Put these up here where I won't lose them. Because like I said before, I will definitely lose them. Didn't work out the way I thought, the way I had wanted it to, but at least it's getting there. I have a little piece of paper here I need to take off. But I'll do that after a coffee break. So I've got it all together. The staples are in. It actually is not bad. My cuts are a little off. It happens. And part of that is because it was ragged. It just turned out ragged. This would have been a straight cut except for it got caught at the end there. I'm going to go ahead and press it, and we'll take a look at the end and see how it turns out. Well, that's it. I just pulled it out of the press. I think it turned out all right. It's not great. It's not what I wanted. I'm a little disappointed by the fact that I lost color. But I made some bad mistakes, and I paid for it. In case you're wondering about the oversized backboard, I still have to cold press it for a couple of days. But it just came out of that was out of the hot press. So, yeah, I'm not completely disappointed with it. The leaf casting at the end of the day ended up pretty good. It's just it's kind of rough around the edges where it kept getting caught, and some of the leaf casting is a little thin, and I'm not going to fix it. I'm going to leave it like that. Lessons learned. That's why I did this one. It was a learning experience. So that's going to be it for this video. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday with a new project. What am I going to do next? Guess you got to watch Monday to find out. Have yourself a great weekend. Bye.